Hi there, I thought I'd show people my take on wiggle wire, especially down in the southern hemisphere where it's really hard to get wiggle wire channel and wiggle wire. It's really expensive, not like Europe and North America. It's really hard, so I thought, well, why not try and give it a go? So I've made my own wiggle wire out of 2.5mm standard fencing wire, electric fence wire, and a channel out of a galvanized channel that's used in the building construction industry in New Zealand and Australia. Basically, it's a galvanized channel system used for ceilings in houses. This is like your ceiling joist in your house, a bracket. This is the profile of the galvanized channel. That then just fits into a clip like that, and on housing then you line your underside with your plasterboard. So what I'm going to do is get rid of that. Going to modify this channel to this, and I thought I'd run through the process how I made it. It's similar to the wiggle wire channel, very similar. The edges already are folded on here, so there's plenty good enough protection from the plastic or whatever fabric you're using. We can try it out with a bit of plastic. There's a greenhouse film. If we put that on there. Anyway, this is the bracket here. It's a jib rondo system that's quite popular in New Zealand and Australia for fixing plasterboard ceilings, metal battens in houses. It's quite common. Right. So I've got my bit of plastic, homemade wiggle wire, just like normal. Just wiggle it in. And it's quite surprising how well it works compared to the bought stuff. I've never used the bought stuff, but it's really strong. It holds on really well. And behind me you see the Gothic greenhouse I made 1 year ago. I used the same channel, except the only downside in been using galvanized channel as opposed to aluminium is you can't bend it without kinking, doing curves. So every foot or so I made nicks with the angle grinder so I can actually bend it to get the curve I wanted. So let's get into it and how I made that. Right, I've got my piece of batten, and what I use is this steel bar basically to hold it down so it doesn't warp, because if I start bending those sides, it just bends and rounds the bottom out. So what the steel does is it holds it flat while I bend the sides in. So basically I'm just bending the sides in. So we'll start this one here. We'll screw this bar down, and that prevents it from moving while I bend the sides of this channel to form what will be the wiggle wire channel. That done, I just use a pair of multi-grips, just the angle, and what are we doing? We're just squashing, we're just bending that channel in. I know some of you might be saying, what a waste of time, but if you can't get the product and you can't make it, well, just use something else that's similar and just modify it. It's worked for me. I'm sure you could find something else similar. Just add a little bit more. So now that end's squashed in, you can see the end here, it's bent the sides in. So I'm looking for a gap of about 17 millimeters, which is probably close to 3/4 of an inch. And if it's not, I just tweak it. Pretty darn close. Just give it a micrometer. That's about it. Take those screws out of here. Those come out. Out. There we have our bent channel, and pretty much the base of it's stayed pretty flat, slightly bulged a little bit, but that steel bar helps keep it flat. Now you've got pre-drilled holes, you can just drill it straight on to wherever you need it. And yeah, the wiggle wire, homemade wiggle wire, just fits straight in. Not a problem, just like that. Go. Right, now we're going to make some wiggle wire. Like I said earlier, 2.5mm fencing wire. It's got a bit of a memory to it, so it does spring back, so it's like a spring wire of sorts. It's just typical farm fencing wire, 2.5mm, high tensile. It's hard to bend high tensile usually, but yeah, let's try and make a bit of this. Just your farm fencing. Right, cut the length off. Just like to straighten it out roughly first, as much as you can. And then I just put a bit of a hook on the end to start it. I've got to mark some nails down here. I just guesstimated off the actual wiggle wire that's on the market, and I just start it. Right, start it in there, make sure that's straight. Right, and then it's going to bend at that angle, flip it over, bend it back that way. Whole thing's flat. Once you get into the rhythm of it, it's not too bad. Your fingers suffer a little bit, but like I say, if you can't get hold of the stuff, why not make it yourself, or attempt to? Right, one thing I forgot, safety glasses. Safety comes first, doesn't it? Right, and it almost looks like the real deal. Not too much effort. Test it out. Just like that, easy. Give it a go. You know, it's worth a shot. If you can't get a hold of the stuff, you can find something similar. You may not be able to find the same channel, but my greenhouse here has been through a few storms in the last 12 months, and it's actually held up quite well. Polyplastic. And you can use any fabric, different cloths as we have here in the garden on the beds, frost cloths and row covers and bird netting, and it works well. Okay, thanks for watching, and Good luck.